Today, we're diving into an issue that has raised both controversy and concern. Recent statements by former President Donald Trump linking a tragic aviation accident to diversity and inclusion, DEI, policies at the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. His remarks, laden with baseless accusations and misrepresentations, merit a thorough analysis. Trump asserted that the FAA's focus on hiring individuals with disabilities, psychiatric conditions, and other diverse backgrounds under DEI initiatives might have contributed to a collision between a regional jet and a military helicopter, an incident that tragically claimed numerous lives. Let's break down these claims, examine their veracity, and explore the implications of such rhetoric. Baseless claims without evidence. Trump blamed DEI hiring initiatives at the FAA as a potential cause for the crash, despite admitting that the investigation was ongoing and no conclusive evidence had been presented. His rationale? What he called common sense, suggesting that such diversity-focused hires inherently lack the brain power or psychological quality needed for air traffic control roles. This assertion is problematic on multiple fronts. First and foremost, there is zero evidence to support the idea that DEI hiring played any role in the crash. Air traffic control and aviation safety in the United States have historically maintained rigorous standards, and there's no indication that these have been compromised by diversity initiatives. Contradictions and shifting narratives. Adding to the confusion, Trump contradicted himself during the same press conference. Just a week before the crash, he claimed credit for issuing an executive order that ended DEI madness and restored excellence and safety within the FAA. If his executive order had indeed restored safety, why then did this tragedy occur under his watch? When pressed on this inconsistency, Trump backtracked, claiming the order had only been issued 3 days prior, a demonstrably false statement, as it had been issued 8 days before. This pattern of claiming success and then deflecting blame when things go wrong is a hallmark of Trump's leadership style. When confronted with his administration's failures, he has consistently sought to shift responsibility to others, be it previous administrations, Democrats, or now DEI policies. The danger of scapegoating DEI. Trump's comments not only lack evidence, but also perpetuate harmful stereotypes. By implying that individuals from diverse backgrounds are inherently less capable, he undermines the principles of equal opportunity and merit-based hiring. In reality, diversity initiatives aim to create a workforce that reflects the broader population and brings a variety of perspectives to problem solving. The FAA's hiring process, like that of other federal agencies, includes rigorous testing and training to ensure that all employees meet the high standards required for their roles. The hypocrisy of blame. Imagine if this crash had occurred during a Democratic administration. Right-wing media and Republican leaders would undoubtedly be calling for resignations, hearings, and possibly even impeachment. However, with Trump in office, these same voices are silent or, worse, echoing his baseless claims about DEI. Pete Buttigieg, former Secretary of Transportation, highlighted this hypocrisy in a pointed tweet, noting that during his tenure, the FAA had 0 commercial airline crash fatalities out of millions of flights. He emphasized the importance of safety-first policies and criticized Trump for firing key personnel who had helped maintain that record. The real issues at stake. Rather than focusing on evidence-based solutions to improve aviation safety, Trump's comments distract from the real issues. Aviation accidents are typically the result of complex factors, including mechanical failures, human error, and weather conditions. The investigation into this crash will undoubtedly consider all these factors, as it should. A pattern of deflection. This incident is not the first time Trump has deflected blame by targeting marginalized groups or policy initiatives he opposes. Recall his decision to dismantle the National Security Council's Pandemic Preparedness Unit, which was widely criticized during the COVID-19 outbreak. When the crisis hit, he pointed fingers at everyone but himself. Now, facing scrutiny over aviation safety, he's following the same playbook, firing people in key roles, purging institutional knowledge, and then blaming unrelated factors when things go wrong. The importance of accountability. Leadership requires accountability. True leaders take responsibility for both successes and failures. Trump's refusal to do so, combined with his baseless attacks on DEI, undermines public trust in our institutions and fuels divisive narratives. Right-wing media's role. Predictably, right-wing media outlets have picked up on Trump's talking points, framing DEI as a catch-all boogeyman responsible for anything that goes wrong. This narrative is both irresponsible and dangerous. It shifts attention away from meaningful discussions about aviation safety and perpetuates discrimination. A call for responsible leadership. As the investigation into this crash continues, it's crucial that leaders focus on facts and evidence rather than scapegoating marginalized groups. The families of the victims deserve answers, accountability, and a commitment to preventing future tragedies. In conclusion, Trump's comments about the FAA, DEI, and the recent aviation accident are not only unfounded but also indicative of a broader pattern of deflection and divisiveness. It's time for responsible leadership that prioritizes safety, inclusivity, and accountability over political posturing.